Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. We have another shoot coming up, thankfully indoors this time. Yay. So it won't be freezing and it won't be extremely hot. So the plan is to set up a tent right here. This is like an underground type scene. So I'm gonna build a set in my living room here, kind of just frame it up and do a little bit of blocking to kind of see how we wanna shoot this sequence. It's not like the craziest shoot, but I have a feeling that there's gonna be some parts to it that are gonna be a little bit complicated. So I wanna get this up so I can test some things out. All right, so here's the tent that we're working with. I just liked the inside of this type of fabric. It just kind of fit the vibe. So originally I had this set up in my office, but that room was just gonna be way too small to film in. So I'm gonna try to somehow get it hoisted up here. I might need some like stands and different stuff, but we're gonna do the best we can. All right, so we're looking good so far. The only problem is these walls on either side are just a little bit too narrow. So I gotta figure out some way to like pinch on each side and kind of pull it out. And that should fix the problem. I'm just not quite sure. I don't really have any other stands to put here. The duct tape's not really sticking to the texture of the tent, so I think I'm gonna have to try to do like a clamp. All right, so I just had a thought. What if I just shot a fan in there, and then one, that would fix the narrowing problem, and two, that would also make sense because the top of the tent is exposed underground, so it would have some sort of movement to it. Right? I don't know. We're gonna try it. That kind of fixed the problem, but there's also way too much wind, so I don't think that will work. All right, so we fixed the problem. So I was actually able to clamp that down. And then on this side, I got another clamp and pinched that and just pulled it back. And then we got these two C-stands. And it kind of looks bad right now, but it's like plenty of room. So my next thing I'm trying to figure out is I want to top light it. So I want the light to come from the top, but to hang a light here is going to be difficult. So I'm thinking about cutting a hole in the top because this part is kind of covering back there. So I'm thinking about cutting and opening back here and then just booming a light bar up top and then having it shoot down. Kind of weird in here. Cedar also loves this tent for some reason. He keeps coming in here. I'm kind of scared to do this, but I know I'm definitely gonna want a light here, so. All right, so we got the light rigged. My thought that this would block it was correct. So thankfully you can't see the light that's cut through the top. At least in the wide angle. So I think we're just gonna do one light. I'm gonna set the camera up and just kind of play around with lighting and just to see what looks good and what doesn't look good, and color temperatures, and just playing around to see what fits the vibe best. But you can see our light is cut through the top on a C-stand. Don't look at the taping job too closely. But yeah, we're looking good so far. Also, this is not sponsored by SAC, but this beanbag type shooting case thing has literally saved my butt so many times in so many situations, like I cannot even explain to you. Okay, you probably can't see this super well, but just the texture looks really cool. It actually does look like ice, actually, even though that's not what it is. The word ice tent, which I think I'm gonna call this thing, is actually a pretty good name for it. So yeah, I think I like the bluish tent. Probably even go a little bit more blue, a little bit more icy, but it's looking good so far. So in this tent, there is a scene. So there's two people in this tent. There's a scene of the main guy just trying to get a signal. And I thought it would be cool because there is this like type of I don't know, cord that was on the shot that's connected to this. I'm sorry, this sounds like so mysterious and you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. But basically, I thought it would be cool if that same cord was dropping down to kind of also solidify that they are underground, because there's no scene of them actually getting in the tent, at least not yet. And so I thought just something you could add in there that would kind of support the idea that they're underground is a cord going up to the surface. So I'm just going to glue this onto here and then have that cord go up, and hopefully that kind of world builds without having to say we're underground. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do. Perfect. All right, so we have pretty much everything set up. We got the lighting, we got the tent all set up. We've got the Snow Shepherd plugged into the top of the tent. Everything's looking pretty good lighting wise. I think I'm just gonna do some film blocking and just kind of figure out where I want people to be and kind of just shoot that on my phone and just kind of get an idea of how I want it to look. And then, yeah, we don't have the shoot until a few days, but I just wanted to make sure that we got this locked down so I could focus on actually shooting it instead of doing both in one day. So I will let you know when we get to the shoot day. Hey guys, got pretty much everything set up for today. We got our props laid out, some different VFX we're doing makeup wise. Got the camera on the makeshift slider, so just waiting for actors and then we'll get dressed up and start shooting. So just looked at it, he's like, yeah, but I just wanted it long.
Alaska.
Yeah. All right, so we got the costume set. Now we're gonna do some face VFX. We're gonna do some like cuts and disheveledness. Just don't touch my face.
Your captain. Game grinder. Same with the hand grinder.
All right. Fake blood. My bad. Okay, so we got everyone in costume. We're just framing the first shot, and so we're gonna start with a wide, and then we're gonna push into kind of the more dialogue focused scenes and see if Calvin can start crying on command. Woohoo! 3, 2, 1, action. Don't shake it too much. I just do one of these. Just twist, keep hand away from that. From this? Yeah. Yep. Yes. Keep it like that as you're twisting, and then when you do it, turn it down. Yep. Just like that. Like, be like frantic. You gotta be like, oh my god. Whatever, put that fist back. More back. Yes, like you're like in pain. If you're a little, yes. 3, 2, 1, action. Cut. All right, so we got the wide shot of kind of the establishing, panning in of kind of the location we're at, and we've moved on to the dialogue scene. So the plan is to start with focus on Calvin, and then as Cameron in the back of the tent says his line, we're gonna rack focus back to him to kind of focus on what he's saying. The problem I'm having is just how tight the tent is and the spaces in it. So we're gonna have to kind of frame this differently for each shot, but it's looking good so far. All right, so we got 3 scenes, I think, so we're moving on to kind of the more emotional reaction. So I'm gonna use this marula oil for fake tears. I've used it in the other projects that I've done, and it was pretty convincing, so we're gonna try it out and see if it works.
You should try coffee, it's delicious.
That was the choice, but that's your
The middle part.
Sometimes.
Someone help. But that looks really good right there. So he's like talking to you. So if he's saying that to you, you wouldn't be like, more like you're receiving information, but you're like trying to pay attention, but he's also like that. So not so much like he's talking, you're not really listening. Like lock into like you're hearing, you're just like, but you're listening. When you're going like this, it looks like you're not listening. I need you to like look at him, block it.
It's okay to be angry.
God. Where did they go? Oh my god. That's a wrap. Good morning. Shoot went great last night. We got pretty much everything we needed. There were a few scenes that I just kind of forgot to get or kind of realized that I needed after kind of doing a quick edit last night. So this morning I'm back in the tent and just trying to do some different coverage to kind of make things make more sense with me, and hoping that we can hide the fact that it is me. And I have some ideas of how I'm gonna do that shooting wise. So yeah, that's what we're doing this morning. Okay, focus was off on that one. Third time's the charm. Okay, that one worked. Moving on to the second reshoot that I gotta do. This one should be a lot easier. It's just a mask being put down on the ground. One of those should work. Third shot. Got it. All right, so I need a scene of the tent kind of expanding from the inside. I have some scenes of it kind of blowing up from the outsides in the snow. And I thought if I would point this fan in here and blow it, but it doesn't give off that like expanding effect. It just kind of looks like it's windy. And so my thought is I'm gonna stand on this side and have my wife stand on the other side, and we pull each side as the fan is blowing. And I also want this cord to like drop down during the scene, so you can kind of see it expanding, cords drop down, and hopefully that gives us the effect that I'm looking for. All right, so I think we got everything we needed for the snow tent, so I can finally get this tent out of my living room. But I think we're done. We got all the shots we needed for it. I'll probably think of something once I take everything down, but it is what it is. So yeah, tent scenes complete. Okay, so the snow tent underground snow cave thing went great. The shoot was awesome. Shout out to Calvin and Cameron, my two actors. They just did an incredible job, and they have been doing an incredible job. So those guys are just awesome. Everything went pretty smooth. I'm noticing that sometimes when I'm given more time, like a more controlled environment, the shoots tend to go longer shot by shot because I'm tweaking things longer than I should be. Just something that I've noticed at certain shoots versus having to get through a shot list because I have to, because the sun is going down or people are gonna get frostbite. So I think I have 3 or 4 more shoots left until I go into post-production, which is super exciting. But if I'm being completely honest, I am feeling like I'm losing some steam a little bit. Like it's just getting a lot. This has been almost 2 years now that I've been doing this, and I'm not expecting to like make a ton of money on it or even like blow up or make it career-wise, but I feel like throughout the process, just because of how much time and energy I'm pouring in it, I think I've slowly been like, well, I really hope something happens because of how much work and effort I put into this. But I'm always trying to remind myself that, like, in the very beginning of this, I just wanted to do this for fun, and I wanted to just say that I made a short film and continue to make short films and make things in this world that I've built. But it is getting tiring. I mean, it's a lot of work, especially for something that doesn't look 100% how I want it to, just for a lot of different reasons. And it's just a lot of work to be poured into something for me to just kind of tear it down in my own head. And so there's been a lot of mental blocks recently with it, but I made a promise to myself that I'm gonna continue and finish it regardless if I'm proud of it or not. In the end, I'm gonna finish it. And I'm gonna get those shoots over with this winter and then head into post-production. So there won't be a ton of vlogs after those 3 shoots. And maybe I'll do some like how to do post-production on a short film, because I've never really done it to this extent. So maybe I'll do some videos about that. Thank you so much for watching. If you keep watching these vlogs, I know they're kind of not the most entertaining or well put together, but I hope you can learn something from them, apply it to whatever you're creating. So thanks for watching.